Hey, greetings, students in Hamline University's Online Degree Completion Program, or ODC for short. That's what we call it around here. Uh, Welcome to this short advising video. For those of you that don't know me by sight, my name is Kelly Krebs, and although you may not know me by sight, I have been working with all of you, some of you for a number of months and some of you for a few weeks, helping you get into the program. I serve as the admission counselor for ODC as well as the online navigator. And as the online navigator, that just means I am your main advisor as you are here throughout your program. I'm here to answer your questions, help you map out an academic plan, get you registered for classes each term, just point you in the right direction for academic and personal support, and just basically making sure that you're successful and ultimately graduating, which is what we want for all of our students. So please do not hesitate to reach out to me if you're having any problems or issues or concerns. Obviously, if it's a course-specific questions about a course that you're in, the first person you should turn to is your professor or the instructor of that course. But I'm happy to be looped in if you're having other concerns outside of that or want to use me to help mediate some issues that you might be experiencing in the classroom. So this video is all about getting registered for Fall Term 2019, which begins on Tuesday, September 3rd, the day after Labor Day. So I'll be following up with a one-on-one individual email to all of you that are either currently enrolled in the program or for that group of you that are going to be starting in the program this fall. But most of you, I just want to let you know that I'll be working with you individually to figure out what classes you're going to be registering for the fall. So, like I said, that one-on-one I'll be doing that one-on-one interaction, but I like to do this sort of general video to cover some important things that apply to everyone, whether you're a continuing student in the program, a new student in the program. I will be following up with, like I said, in an email that sort of bullet points a lot of the things I'm talking about in here, so you don't need to take notes on this. I will be following up with an email with all of this information. Okay, so as you know, in the ODC program, we have 3 terms each year, fall, spring, and summer, and each of those terms is 16 weeks long, and those 16 weeks are divided into 2 8-week sessions. Session 1 of fall term begins on September 3rd and runs through October 25th, and then session 2, that second 8-week session, begins on October 28th and runs through December 20th. So I'll work with you to decide the courses you're going to sign up for, and that's going to depend on a number of factors. But I'll always make sure that there are courses that are moving you forward and that you need either as part of your major within business or psychology, and or to satisfy the Hamline plan or the general education requirements that all students need to do. And that's going to look different for everybody because of the courses that each of you transferred in from the previous institutions that you attended. So what you have left to complete is going to be different. And so we'd like to get everyone registered for the fall term by August 12th. And we do that because we just want to make sure you have enough lead time to order your textbooks, if there is a textbook for the class or the classes you're taking, and to make sure that your financial aid is in place. One of the things that we'll be talking about as we figure out what to take for the fall is if you want to go full-time or part-time. To be considered a full-time student, you need to take at least 12 credits or 3 courses over the course of the 16-week term. So that could be 1 course for session 1 and 2 courses for session 2, or you could do a total of 4, 2 and 2. Part-time would be just 1 course for each session. And that just depends on what kind of course loads you think you can handle. Of course, online courses are very convenient and they do give you a lot of flexibility, but they also require a lot of discipline, and it's important that you keep up with weekly assignments and the discussion posts. I know that many of you have really demanding jobs and family lives and other commitments in your lives. So those are all of the types of things that we need to take into consideration as you think what is a doable course load for you and what you can handle. So I'll be putting together suggestions. I sort of assume that students want to go full-time. And so in the initial email that I send you, probably at the beginning of next week, I'll give you some suggestions as far as what I think you should be taking. But we can go back and forth with that to determine just where we should land. One thing to note about full-time and part-time is that matters more because it may impact your financial aid package. And if you have questions about that, you should talk with Lynette Wall, who is our Director of Financial Aid, and I'll, in the email I follow up with, I'll provide you her name and contact information. And speaking of financial aid, if you haven't done it yet, please submit your FAFSA and the Hamlin Financial Aid form. Those are two separate things you need to submit for the 2019-2020 academic year. So again, if you haven't done it, you should get on that very, very soon because we want to make sure we get your award package figured out. So, degree evaluations. This is what I use to really help me figure out the courses that you need, and this is what you can use as well. You all would have received your official degree evaluation when you were admitted to the program. It looks like this. The center section lays out the courses within your major, whether that's business or psychology. The bottom section are the courses within our Hamlin plan or the general education requirements. And again, you can sort of see what courses transferred in and then what courses you have left to complete with us. And both majors, whether it's business or psychology, are made up of 128 credits. That's what you need, a minimum you need to graduate. You might have to take more credits than that, again, because it's not just a matter of racking up 128 credits to graduate. You have to make sure you have specific courses within the major, and so sometimes that means students do have to take more than 128, but I will try to make sure that we are as efficient as possible and that you're having to take as few courses to get that degree as possible. So this is a new program. I think all of you know that. We just launched the online program in January, and we're thrilled to be able to add this option, especially for working adults, where a traditional program just is not a doable option for getting that degree. But what that means as a new program is that it's growing and that there might be, we have smaller options and choices as far as courses each semester. And that might be especially true for those of you that are transferring in a number of courses within a major or within your Hamlin plan. And of course, I'm not going to make you take a course or sign you up for a course that you don't need. And so I'll always make sure that, again, we're selecting courses that are moving you forward towards that path to graduation. So for session 1 of fall term, we are offering 4 courses. The transfer seminar is one of those courses, and that is the first course that all students coming into this program take. So anyone who's going to be starting this fall, you will be registered in the transfer seminar for session 1. You can also decide to take a second course in addition to that, but for sure, if you're only going to do one course, then it needs to be the transfer seminar. The other 3 courses that we're offering for session 1 are Accounting 1, which is a requirement within the business program, Adult Development and Aging, which is a requirement in the psychology program, and then we're offering a Hamlin Plan course in natural science with a lab, and that is Biotechnology in Your Life. And then for session 2, we're also offering 4 courses, and those are Accounting 2. So Accounting 1 and Accounting 2 are meant to be taken in sequence. So if you're in the business program and you need those courses, you can take them back to back. The psychology course that we're offering for session 2 is Risk and Resilience. We're offering a second business course, Management 3130, which is business law. And then our Hamlin Plan, or the general education course that we're offering, is the Philosophy of Art, which fulfills a fine arts and a speaking intensive within the Hamlin Plan. Typically, what we try to do is offer at least one business course and one psychology course each session. The transfer seminar is always offered in the first session of every term, and then a Hamlin Plan course to help students, again, fulfill all the requirements that make up their program. All right, I think that's it. Gives you a good overview, gets you thinking about the fall. Expect to hear from me yet this week or early next week via email, and then we can go back and forth as we figure out the courses that you're going to be taking. I'm also happy to do this on the phone or via a Google Hangout if that's easier. And I can make myself available in the evenings or the weekends. I know a lot of you work during the day, and it's difficult to find the time to have a more longer discussion about this. But that's what I'm here for, to help you figure this all out. So thanks for listening. Great seeing you, and you'll be hearing from me soon. All right, take care, everyone.